Fucking static on that. All right, welcome back to the Smoke and Mirrors podcast, your destination for the latest in streaming and movie news and reviews. We are your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. This week, we are trailer heavy with the first looks at up and coming properties. We have some new casting in the MCU and some strange animated tings on the way, including a name change for a streaming service. We also offer our thoughts on Succession, Ted Lasso, Mandalorian, Beef, Super Mario Brothers. It's all happening. Yeah, let's start the show. How you guys going? Living large? Big things happening.
This is good. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to scream ad-libs when you're doing an intro.
Do it.
Mama.
Let her rip. Go crazy.
Like the gunshots.
One of y'all got to get a soundboard or something like that.
Yeah.
Just
man.
Something like that. All right. Kicking it off with them trailers. So we got a couple of like really, really high profile trailers. The Ahsoka trailer, where after this episode of Mandalorian, like we've seen the most of Thrawn so far. Bit of a back shot there. Pause. Some more Jedi action, all sorts of like wild shit. I was kind of excited for it, but watching this trailer, I was coming off last week's episode of Mandalorian, so I was just kind of like, fuck all that.
Fuck all this talking. The only thing that excites me about this trailer is that the fact that they mentioned a dark Jedi, right? So it's not a Sith. He's not part of the dark side. He's a dark Jedi.
Is that Ray Stevenson?
Yeah. It's almost it looks like him. It is him. I don't know if he's the Dark Jedi or he's but like that, it's weird to have that sort of anti-hero. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In a Star Wars.
Be kind of cool if they pull it off right. Hopefully, it's not just the ascending to the Jedi Order. You know what I mean? Like that can't just be the fucking character arc. Like we've seen that already with the fucking Reaver in Obi-Wan. Come on, champion.
Or it's just they're like the I don't know, 7-day Adventists or whatever it is. Like all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? All the shit's based on Christianity.
It's true. It is true.
It's not that fucking Dalai Lama.
No tongue sucking here.
What do you call it?
Especially not with the kids.
I'm gonna laugh if this is the best Jedi, fucking screenplay we've seen in a while.
I'm hoping so. The pedigree behind it, because you got Filoni, he's doing he's the showrunner, he's the writer. You know what I mean? Like he knows his shit.
Yeah.
Except when Sam Witwer in the room.
It's very, very true. We give you that he plays these games with these oaths. I think at Collider, and it's just basically memory games, right? So and one of the questions came up when it was Star Wars. Witwer gave them the answer, and then did the voice of the person that said the quote. Like it was amazing.
Jesus.
Anyway.
That was on point. First looks at Peter Pan and Wendy, more whimsy, more flying, more fairies. You know what I mean? Like, seen the story before. Obviously, a big action role for the old Jude Law, but the thing that sold it for me was the big crocodile.
Yes, this is true.
As soon as you put the creature feature in there, I was just like, I'd give it a watch. Massive one for the week was The Marvels. Yeah. This doing anything for you, O's? You O's, did it go up a tick? Nothing?
Nope.
It wasn't a big one for me. Main thing was Nick Fury, seeing him in action, but then when I seen the Secret Invasion trailer, I was like,
where's it set? Is it set after Secret Invasion? Is it set before? Is it like what's going on? Is Nick just going to be like, I need to go take care of the Secret Invasion now? Like, well, what's going to happen?
Excuse me, there's a Secret Invasion afoot.
Pardon me, sir. Like the timeline wise, it's just funny. Or is this
Hmm.
one set now in like I don't know 2000s now? Like
I
what's
have
going
no
on?
idea, but it's set whenever Miss Marvel finished. Because at the end of that show, that's when the this body swapping fuckery Freaky Friday shit happened.
So it's now.
Yeah,
So how is Fury gonna still take care of the? Who knows? That's probably not
I don't.
even fucking Fury anyway. To tell you
That's
the
what I'm
truth.
thinking. But then he's like, in that Secret Invasion trailer,
No,
it's
because he looks
personal.
completely
You
different.
know.
He looks like Fury in this one, right?
Yeah,
He doesn't look like the real Fury. This is probably Gravos or whatever his name. What's his name? The Aussie.
I know
Ben
though.
Mendelsohn?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mendelssohn's character.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Kratos or some shit like
It's
that.
probably him. This, I'm
Yeah.
guessing it's him.
The way that the scheduling is sort of stacked up, it looks like Secret Invasion plays first,
Mm.
and then it's straight into the Marvels. I don't know if Secret Invasion takes place over like a weekend or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
right.
it's not. Yeah,
Talos.
You know how we didn't like the trailer, or at least it didn't blow our skirts up. Yeah.
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 Supposedly, it didn't do it for like nearly 300,000 people as well. Supposedly, it's the most downvoted Disney teaser trailer in history, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It happened on the Disney site. It happened on what's his
Mm.
face, IGN's one. It also happened on what's his face, Rotten Tomatoes. So it doesn't sound like people are too excited, or
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of bots running around, which
That
I think is pretty much spot on.
Yeah, that's true. There were a couple of good things, a couple of bright spots about the trailer. Tiana Paris looks fucking
Mm.
good
Yeah.
in the movie. Seeing Miss Marvel in the cinematic aspect was good. Brie Larson looks like she's loosening the fuck up finally,
Thank God.
hopefully, because she's got some competition at play. You know what I mean?
I don't
But
didn't like the competition on set. She
I
was
heard that too.
supposedly a real dog to Rambo. I don't know what Rambo's real name is.
Yeah, Tiana
Yeah,
Paris.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I like
but
Rambo.
Mm.
same.
Yeah.
She does it for me.
Yeah.
But the thing that just like blew me away was the intergalactic, the Beastie Boys track there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Planetary. Anyways, so we got a first look at the Raka Raka Gang's first feature film called Talk to Me. This one got picked up after a festival run, got picked up by A24, and they're just running with it. This thing is fucking like Jordan Peele's weighed in on it. All these horror directors and horror icons have really kind of weighed in on it. It looks pretty scary. Tonally, it's there.
Is Jordan Peele an icon now. Like,
Oh, I just want to go there with the conversation.
he's
Um,
done three fucking movies. You know,
I know, I
what
know,
are we doing?
I know. But I think the impact of the movies itself, because he revolutionized a lot of that sort of shit when he came through.
Mhm.
I think he kind of gave a pacing and a kind of a tone to. I don't even know if you want to call them horror movies. A lot of them is like the social horror thriller. You know what I mean? Like
created
he
his
kind
own
of
lane. I can understand that.
and
But
he kind of works through all those sort of genres.
Mhm.
yeah,
You don't think he's an icon?
I don't think
I
he's a
don't.
horror icon just yet. He's done three movies, mate. When you come to me when you've done like your Scream or you've done your Nightmare on Elm Street, you know what I mean? You're a Sean, whatever his name is, that did Friday the 13th, something that's gonna sort of live on forever. You know what I mean? That's when you come speak to me. And I love horror. Like I love horror.
Mm.
Well, I don't think he's just horror. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I think he himself
As
in
a
his
filmmaker, I
trajectory,
dig him. I just don't think that he's a horror icon.
I think is an icon. I think he's got his own like sort of voice as well, which I
Hmm.
like.
I just
You know,
don't
it's
dig
Jordan.
him.
Like same way I think Stahelski is an action movie icon. You know that's a Chad Stahelski movie.
Chad's also had
compare.
skin in the game.
So, like, he had Key and Peele. You know what I mean? He's had that for years.
Yeah, but that's a
even
comedy.
that. But so, like, Get Out, Us, and Nope all had comedic sort of factors to them.
Hmm.
And I think those movies and the Key and Peele skits also mirrored exactly like they mirrored each other. The Key and Peele skits always start off funny. It's like haha, and then it just goes dark. It is like
Michael Bay.
this guy still going.
Anyway, we got the trailer for The Mother from Netflix. J-Lo doing action things, sliding across the bonnets of cars or windows of cars, maybe both. What's his face? It looks all right. I thought it was the other movie with the old lady that came out. It kind of looks the same, but it's not. You know which one I'm talking about. Netflix did it as well. Some mother loses her child, and then she sees this old lady in the woods, and this old lady is trained. I don't know how, but she is, and it's out on Netflix. I think it's called The Child as well, maybe. But yeah,
Yeah, I
it
have
kind
no
of feels
idea.
the same as that.
Yeah, and then they have the I'm a killer, and then have a like shot of J-Lo's ass. You know what I mean? It's like
She's a slasher.
slasher of slits in the dresses.
Yeah.
The sympathizer. This one looks interesting. That guy, that Vietnamese guy, looks weird with the blue eyes.
Mm.
That just like completely put me off. I don't know if he's supposed to look off, so you know he's sort of like a spy or whatnot.
Yeah.
Looks hilarious. Robert Downey in the makeup and that.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool. I thought it was a film, but apparently it's a show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fool's Paradise, Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This
Yeah.
one, him writing and directing. It's got Jason Sudeikis in here and a
Bateman
fuckload of
there
other
as well.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pianist, Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody.
Brody.
He's in there
Yeah.
as well.
It feels like his version of what's it called? Bowfinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And it feels like he's playing Charlie Chaplin because he doesn't look like he's talking,
Yeah.
which is odd.
yeah, I got that as well.
Hmm.
Got that as well.
Yeah.
Looks all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a mad cast though. I got a first looks at True Detective Night Country, which looked all right. I'm not sold on the tone. Jodie Foster out there swearing, being angry and shit like that, and then getting told that everybody hates her. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Is
right.
that. But it's the exact same True Detective formula. Two people that, like, you know, have to work together to solve the case and whatnot.
Mm.
I love the setting of this. Them setting this in Alaska during that night period.
During the 3 months of winter.
Sick. And the falling into the ice got me in the dark. It's fucked up.
What do you do in that situation? Like, there's nothing you can do in that situation. What do you
Those
do?
would just have to
You
give
just
up.
have to just
you know
like
what I mean?
just
Pray.
Jesus, take the wheel.
You would be dead pretty quickly. Unless you've been doing your Wim Hofs.
or you have something that floats because then you know that's the way up.
Sometimes that current takes them though.
Yeah, it's just constant current running under.
That's
it.
wild, eh?
Yeah.
That's the scariest shit ever.
Yeah.
The Penguin, that in production teaser, it just looks fucking phenomenal. That's not even touched up, like not even finished shit.
Yeah, but it looks better than the Batman.
It does.
What
It
are
looks
they
more
doing,
interesting.
It's like this is The Sopranos.
I feel like there was more dimension to Oz's character, to the Penguin character, in the short teaser, than anything that we got in the Batman. I'm really excited for that. And then the Continental, and this was our first look ever at the Continental. We didn't know what it was going to look like or whatnot. There's a lot of shots in here that look really, really great. It looks like it's well shot. But then it gets to a point where they showcase some of the action, and that doesn't look movie quality.
No.
And it's not
Mm.
the action itself, it's the shots that they've chosen to kind of showcase in the trailer. A lot of it looked like just, I'm putting a camera here, do your thing, you know what I mean? And make sure that the camera can see it. It didn't look like the dynamic movement that Chad Stahelski brings to it.
Yeah, there's no there is no movement.
Yeah.
Why do I need the shot of them shooting down the hole and then seeing them through? Like, I don't need that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow whoever's going down there down the fucking hole, mate.
Yeah.
And then as he's running away, you pan up and you can see them. Like, what are we doing?
I do like the guy that's playing Winston. I don't know his name, but he looks the part.
It
Looks
like
very looks very. But when it's not fighting, it looks good. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean.
But yeah, that's it for trailers this week. Moving on to casting. So we got Mia Goth, who's joining the MCU in Marvel's Blade. I don't know if it's a potentially big role or if she's just given a reach around and dipping out.
maybe.
But yeah, I mean
maybe so.
that could be cool.
Might be the new Frost.
Yeah, I hope not.
It's a new.
I hope not. I hope not.
It's
Oh.
new fucking Frost.
We've also got the cast for the Creature Commandos, the DC's animated series. So we've got David Harbour, Frank Grillo's in there, Indira Varma, Alan Tudyk, Maria Bakalova, Zoe Chow, and Steve Agee, which is pretty cool. Eric Dane is going to play the villain in Bad Boys for Life. Or Bad Boys 4. For life again.
For life.
Or Bad Boys Forever. I don't know.
Forever, actually, it might be.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
But the cool news is that Marina Baccarin and Stefan Kapicic from the Deadpool series will be returning for Deadpool 3.
Thank God.
Which is fire. I like that.
Yeah, I saw her on Inside of You, Michael Rosenbaum's show. And she was like on the fence. She didn't know whether or not she was returning. She obviously did know because
Yeah. She just couldn't say anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy about this. Very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she has a bigger role now as well.
Yeah.
Kind of dead.
No, she's not. He changed that. Remember? He used Cable's watch. What do you think he's going to do in this one? He's going to use Cable's watch. Again.
I think he's going to get close to dying. Again. Because they didn't, it looks like they're writing her out. She'll probably only have, a small part. If she's one of the last casted, that sounds like a afterthought.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Yeah,
as long as we're getting more Colossus.
Yeah. Anyway, so on the radar. So Stranger Things guys came out. It wasn't a new trailer for the new season of Stranger Things. They actually came out and said we're getting an animated series of Stranger Things. So they're saying that right now, then they're not sure who from the original cast is actually going to come back. Might be completely new people. I'm pretty sure that strange shit isn't just happening to, those 8 or 9 people in the town. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's good. I tend to not watch some of the animated stuff anyway.
Saying
Yeah.
this is saying that they want 80s, early 90s sort of cartoon vibe. So I'm hoping it's good.
Hopefully. All right, so Radio Silence is planning their new horror film. This is post Stream 6. So supposedly, at one point, it was called Dracula's Daughter. It centers around a group of guys, a group of people, I should say, who are, they abduct this band of young people. One of the young people that they end up kidnapping, Dracula's daughter. Yeah, and she obviously goes wild and just goes crazy. So this was written by Stephen Shields, Guy Busick. Don't know who these people are. Did a script revision there for it, so we'll see how it goes.
Is this going to be a short film or what?
It sounds like it,
But
because I'm
she's
pretty
just
sure.
going to break free and then like you're mine.
Yeah, unless they.
There's going to be someone in there that wanted to capture Dracula's daughter,
It's
and
that,
then they know about the whole thing.
yeah, either that or it's going to be they capture really close to sunup. They kind of like she has to fall asleep or something, some bullshit, and then she wakes up in a place, has to break out, kill all the people, and then make it home as well.
Yeah. This sounds like that Blood Red Sky movie they did on Netflix, which ultimately almost sounds like it had a better story as well. The one with the mother and the son. And then she infects all those fucking people on that plane.
Yes. Yes. It comes
Nice.
back.
Not
I reckon
fucking
it
bad at
probably
all.
be like that as well. But as Radio Silence, hopefully they do something good with it.
Mm.
All right. So lastly, with the whole Max thing that's come out, HBO Max, they came out and confirmed that they are doing the Harry Potter series. It is going to be like basically from the start again. So we'll get to see those first. How many years is Harry there? 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to see them all fleshed out in a series form. J.K. Rowling is involved, which is great. Thank fuck. She's there as an executive producer, so she's going to have some sway, hopefully, on the shit that happens in the show. She did make a statement. She said, Max's commitment to the integrity of my books is important to me. And I'm looking forward to being part of this new adaptation, which allows for a degree of depth and detail only afforded by long form television series. Thank you. Thank you, J.K. Rowling.
It will be extremely like sort of just destroyed on TikTok, but none of those people will ever tune in to watch. But the majority of people, like this will be a record-breaking show.
Oh yeah. So the small minority with the giant voice will make a loud racket and all that sort of stuff, and you'll think, oh yeah, this is not good.
Yeah.
But the ratings, the majority of people like myself will be there every fucking week. Even if I don't like the show, I'm fucking watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 3. I'm not caping that hard for it, but
Believe me,
it's like it's gonna be another Hogwarts. It's gonna be another Hogwarts Legacy for sure.
if it's like that, then it's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
I mean, like just in the reception of it. You know how everyone bought that fucking game.
Fucking
Like it broke fucking records. You know what I mean?
it broke pre-order records, God.
Even
people-
amid all the bullshit that people were spouting online,
Mhm.
didn't stop nothing. The train's still
It's
moving.
Nonsense. It's nonsense.
And then people started making up bullshit like if you own the books, it's all right to read it. It's like, wait,
Oh my god.
can't have your cake and eat it too.
Because then you can make up your own voices for they get fuck off, mate. All right? Seriously.
Me about that.
Fucking go back to your basements and stay there and shut the fuck up.
It's the fast shut the fuck up for me. That's the best one. Shut the fuck up. Alrighty, moving into our news and developments.
Now streaming on Rumble.
But moving into our news and developments, so we have Dick Wolf, who's been doing shows for nearly 4 decades now, has extended his deal until 2027. The man, for anyone who doesn't know who Dick Wolf is, has 9 series on the air currently. It's 3 Law and Order series, which airs on Thursday nights on NBC. You got 3 Chicago shows, which are on Wednesday nights on NBC, and then 3 FBI shows, which play on Tuesday nights on CBS. The man basically takes out the whole midweek for you.
That's true.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money that man is making? Do you know how much money that man's making on residuals?
Yeah.
Don Johnson, no, Cheech Marine, who was, I think I told this story. Cheech Marine, who is he was the second lead, in Nash Bridges, was getting $10,000 in residuals, right? And I don't know if that's monthly or weekly or whatever the fuck it is, but that was 10 just 10 bands. This Dick Wolf, man's probably getting like $1 million just on one show for residuals a week. Oh man,
never need to work a day in his life. But basically, what this means for him as well is that close to little or almost none of these shows are going to get cancelled in the next 4 years. So he's making money regardless. So as well as that, we got more news about a Game of Thrones prequel trilogy. Wow, prequel series that's coming out. So this one's going to be based on George R. R. Martin's Dunk and Egg novella trilogy, which follows Sir Duncan the Tall and Aegon Targaryen. And it's about 100 years prior to the events of the original Game of Thrones series as well. So it's not
get
bad.
to see Aegon in Game of Thrones.
It's fucking cool, man. I still need to sit down and watch House of the Dragon. I'll do that eventually.
You got a couple of years before the other one comes out.
True. Yeah.
In production now, by the way.
Follow me now for more. But no, so we also got news from the creative team about Last of Us Season 2 and just exactly what's going on there as well. I don't want to delve into like spoiler territory, but there were some questions that came up when the creative team spoke with Esquire. They're basically like, hey, what's the, with Pedro Pascal being Joel, what's the go? And basically going to fucking ruin it anyway. Basically, the team said they don't have a fear of killing characters. But he wanted to say that neither him or Neil feel constrained by the source material. So you never know what's going to happen. So me, myself, I thought it was going to be a very flashbacky type of season, if that's how they played it, if it was faithful to the material. But now I don't know what's going to happen.
But they just completely change it.
Can you imagine if it's Tommy?
Not even. Just kill Ellie.
Good. The blood-drunk rage.
Kill Ellie and we get to see what Joel does.
Yeah. Fuck, that'd be crazy. All right.
Completely change it.
That's unreal, man. But no.
I think that's every person's like dream that played the game.
Yeah.
Why did Ellie die?
I didn't want Ellie to die. I would have preferred it if Tommy died, to be honest. How did they know that Joel was the actual guy?
I have no idea, actually.
Exactly.
The thing is, she
didn't she see him? Abby seen him.
She was at the hospital, yeah. But still, they brothers. She could have made the mistake.
They could just extend the start of the fucking show. They said they're willing to do it over multiple seasons. So have everything play out from when they get to that camp at the end of season 1 to when, like, episode 10, he dies. Know what I mean?
So take those flashbacks out of order.
Yeah. And then just chronologically plug them back in. And then season 3 can be split into 2 parts and then just end it.
True.
I don't think they're working on The Last of Us 3. And that's going to release before this season is finished. This season 2 and maybe season 3. So they've got about 2 years, maybe 3 years, right? To figure it out and get it out. And then they'll make that one.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm being honest, because we need to see, like, the old girl Ellie phase, like the Joel phase as well.
Yeah. Like they're basically talking shit anyway. Like they told us that that mercenaries thing or whatever it is, their multiplayer thing is the only thing they're working on. they talking shit, my friends.
Oh, 100%.
Druckmann also said he's got an idea for the third game,
Yeah, they're working on it.
but it's something that he's not ready to kind of put into development right now. There's something.
Nonsense. You know, these fucking the show would have just like, got them creative juices flowing.
Badly.
In the plums.
Badly.
In my plums.
And I said, no, let him watch. Oh, fuck. But we're moving into some other news which kind of correlates to this as well. So we've been talking about HBO Max, right? And we finally got the retitle, which I'm still not happy with. And it's just going to simply be called Max. And this is the one that's going to feature content from both HBO Max as well as Discovery Plus. And this is the name they picked to combine the streaming services. And it's going to launch around the 23rd of May. I don't get it. They could have just called it HBO Plus or something, but
This shit is disgusting.
yeah.
The worst bit of marketing ever.
How do you take HBO out of it? Like out of the naming convention. Supposedly
That's right.
they did it because of all of the highbrow shows that are on HBO.
Oh,
All right,
please.
mate. It's just a fucking brand. That's the brand it's not just a brand, actually. This is the brand. It's not TV, it's HBO. Like they even used the O, the HBO O in Max there. You see that the A has got the dot in the O. I hate this. Max is trash. What's on Max today? What do you mean?
I swear Max was a Foxtel channel, wasn't it?
Fuck it.
It was
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't music. It was like fucking lifestyle.
Yeah. But it had everything on it. Do you remember? It
Yeah.
had TV and movies on there. Has everyone watched that when you got movie channels?
Where's my Showtime one?
That's exactly what Max is going to be. It's going to be TV and movies. Foxtel Max. Beautiful.
Fuck. Just quickly, I miss the days where Oz could watch a fire movie on Showtime 1 and then rewatch it if I wanted to on Showtime 2 for the rerun. It's a double watch, man. All right. Last piece of news, though. So the Charmin Obaid-Chinoy directed film, New Jedi Order, sorry. They're actually aiming for a 2025 release for this. So this is set 15 years after the sequel trilogy. And this is why it's part of the New Jedi Order. But apparently this is the most far along film in production. And that's why they're saying that 2025 in December will be the release date currently set aside for this.
This is what you give me? You'd be fucking hard at work. What's the next Star Wars movie going to be? A fucking race-centric movie?
Who the fuck wants to see this movie?
Shit out of here, man. No one liked that character.
No. It would have been better if, I don't know how, but Finn was just, what's his face was talking, Whitwood was talking about it, right? And he said the reason why he hates this new trilogy is because of the way that they portrayed Luke. He said that Luke Skywalker would never, ever have tried to kill his nephew, considering this is the man that refused to kill his father because he could sense the good in him.
Exactly.
Like they just raped the character.
They did. They really, really did. That whole sequel thing is fucked. No one wants to see it. I would rather they put their energy into something else.
You know what they should have done? Just Hayden Christensen is still young enough. Give me that Jedi Outcast game.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jedi
Al-Katan?
Yeah.
Give me that movie.
Yeah.
Give me that.
That would have been cool.
Because we still keep it in this timeline. Vader is still there. He's obviously the overarching big bad of the whole fucking thing.
Mm.
Like, give me that.
Yeah. You know what? You could give me that, and then you could give me a TV series for Shadows of the Empire, and then get Eckenreich to play Han Solo in there.
I don't like what they're doing with their movies.
Me neither.
Like they got this after the sequels. Then they got James Mangold doing like the First Republic or whatever the fuck. And then you got Dave Filoni who's going to do an Avengers style team up, like interwoven with the TV show's movie.
Mm.
And it's like I don't need it. I don't need it.
Have you noticed that? You know how what's his name was talking about how they're trying to slow down and slow their fucking roll in these movies ever since Solo, but now it looks like they got a myriad of these things coming out all over again, making the same mistake, man.
None of these movies are going to see the light of day, fellas. We were supposed to get a Rogue Squadron movie, I think, this year. We were supposed to get, I don't know how many, the Colin Trevorrow's trilogy, like, not Trevorrow, what's his name?
Johnson?
Knives Out. Yeah,
Ryan
we were supposed to
Johnson,
get
yeah.
his trilogy already. None of these movies are going to happen.
No.
Taika's.
Taika, yeah.
Do you remember what Kathleen Kennedy said? She was like, Taika's being Taika, so like we're not gonna hurry him up. He's gonna just put his stamp on it. Like,
so basically she said, I don't know how to be a boss and tell people what to do. I'm gonna baby people and let them do whatever the fuck they want to do.
she doesn't feel the same way about Jon Favreau though. Like she bullies that
Yeah, but she's the fucking problem over there at Lucasfilm. She needs to fucking go.
Yeah, I
Get
agree.
Favreau in there to fucking take over. Either that or get Filoni in there to fucking take over. And let's get some fucking traction here.
Yeah.
Recast Indiana Jones. Do all that shit. Use all. There's a bit player now. Star Wars used to be the top fucking brand in the fucking world. It's not anymore. It's trash. Even Ahsoka looks trash. This fucking season of The Mandalorian, now that we're going into our watch this fucking season of The Mandalorian is fucking shit, dog. It's shit. They should have called it fucking Bo-Katan, not The Mandalorian. This is Bo-Katan's story.
Yeah, it really is.
It's trash. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
You completely like fucking backseated the star of your show. I understand he's not on set. He's just doing voiceover, but still.
Yeah, I don't like that. He's not as smart. He's not as powerful unless Bo-Katan's around. Know what I mean?
How did he get dumb and how did he lose power in 2 seasons?
Yeah.
How is he not using some of the shit that he's got? The weapons that he's got anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Did he forget that he's got them? Is he dumb? Is he that dumb now?
All I know is that after last week, and I see Jack Black and Lizzo there, I was like, it's that sort of party. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's change it into a detective story. But they didn't really want to tell that story. That was all just filler, like, I'm going to have my friends come up in your bullshit. They really just wanted to get to the end of that episode and have Bo-Katan fight that Axe Willow or Woven Axe or whatever the fuck his name is.
The bad guy. The manipulator from what's his face? Quantum of Solace. Why wouldn't you just do that at the start? They have jetpacks. They have fucking ships. Why would they just not fuck that? Land it wherever they are. Come down. Okay, let's have our little fight. Shoot back to Mandalore. Hey, we're boys now. We're good. And then shoot over to fucking the Mandalore planet. And that's where the episode ended. Like, what are we doing? I don't need to see fucking Lizzo. I don't need to see Jack Black.
No.
I didn't even need to see Christopher Lloyd, to be honest.
Fucking earth.
It's kind of wasted.
Yeah.
Badly.
And he wasn't threatening at all. I'll kill her. Shut the fuck up.
I don't know.
Take another early bird special.
It pisses me off because there's like you can get the vibes, the Mando vibes in some parts of the show, in the season specifically, but it's fuck all compared to the rest of the season that we've seen so far. Like I thought it was fucking awesome when they were doing that chase scene with a droid of all things. Very iRobot, mind you, but I still enjoyed the shit out of that.
Let's go to a droid bar. What is this? Like, what are we doing? A droid bar.
These guys are sitting in that writing room. They're just like, what's something that they haven't seen in the Star Wars universe? A bar for droids. Why the fuck do they need a bar? Oh, I'll tell you why.
Because in episode 4, they weren't allowed in the human bars. So it should have been that the Mandalorians weren't allowed in the droid bar. They should have had a line in there.
It's very hard to watch this season.
Yeah. And I keep getting excited for the lore that's coming up, and I keep just getting shut down.
What even happened in this episode? This was we're going back to Mandalore, and then Moff Gideon he makes his reprise.
Yeah.
And then Katie O'Brien's character does gives him the heads up that they've all united, and then now that they're united, they're going back to Mandalore, and then Moff Gideon intercepts, and then Mando gets taken. Paz Vizsla just dies.
Yeah.
That was another thing. The whole our new Dark Troopers have Beskar steel, Beskar armor. All the Mandalorians have Beskar armor as well. How are the Mandalorians dying to blaster shots, but these guys aren't?
I think when Paz Vizsla got the blicky out and he just started spraying.
I know.
It was Duke. Mac, sorry.
Mac.
But yeah, very lackluster, like these episodes. We're getting a lot of story dump, and I feel like a lot of the story that we're being provided with, I'm just not feeling as well. Like when they first arrive back at like Mandalore after they've done the unification of the tribes, and then you see Warlock and Skinny Pete.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
and like she's explaining how, they did surrender. Bo-Katan's explaining how they did surrender originally. And I just wasn't here for it. Like, I just didn't believe it.
Why did they not, they knew that fucking monster was out there, right?
Yeah.
They're like, look, it's coming up. Why did they not steer away or
I
stop the
know.
ship? You know what I mean? Let's just drive straight into it. There's a lot of dumb choices. I love the setting. Like seeing more of Mandalore is so mad.
Yeah.
And they could have romanticized and kind of shown you more of the locations without it being like, there's another monster. You know about the fucking monsters.
Oh, let's go subterranean again. Like, what are we doing?
Like, yes, you used to live in the Forge area. Like, what does the Forge do? The Great Forge. All right, cool. Fire it up. You know what I mean?
Obviously, it's been fired up. Moff Gideon's been like, what's his facing there? Doing his thing.
Yeah.
And then there's the foreshadowing about Thrawn coming into play now.
They're what's his facing this season, man. It's almost like foreshadowing for Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And that's the shit that makes people mad, is when it's all a setup. That's why Iron Man 2 gets shit on so much.
Badly.
Well, it makes me wonder when Favreau was like, yeah, season 4 is in, it's written already. I'm just wondering if they're like, they just cut out a whole shit ton from 3 and they were like, let's make this 4.
Yeah. This is what happens when you have all the resources thrown on you. Like Mandalorian is obviously now the thing that is synonymous with Star Wars right now. There's nothing else.
Yeah. Even the last 3 episodes of Boba Fett was better than this season so far. The Mando 2.5 episodes when he comes back.
Yeah, that was fine. I will say the first half of this episode was a slog, but that last half, I was just like waiting for something else to happen. I was just hooked.
Yeah.
That's why I'll watch the next episode. I want to see what happened to Mando. Obviously dragged away. Moff Gideon's got him. Why is Moff Gideon so OP?
Who knows? It's a frail old fucking man.
Yeah.
Fucking old mommy.
Jesus.
Calling it a mummy is crazy.
That's what AJ calls what's his face. Adventures for you, Dad. Kill that fucking old mommy.
Far out. Just quickly on Beef. I just watched it,
Yes.
finished it all. Beef was really, really good. I don't think it's worth ejaculating over it like these O's online is doing. Like, if you watch anything, watch Beef. It's not that show. The thing that actually saves the show is the writing and the structure. Because if this wasn't a 35-minute show, it would be ass. And I say that completely respectfully. Like, it's 10 episodes, 35 minutes each. And I enjoyed the character interactions, but having an hour-long episode would have just destroyed it. So those 35-minute shows and the way that they kind of pick them are good. And the story that it kind of tells, like, yeah, it goes through all like these wild loops and turns and whatnot, and like their revenge plots and stuff is really, really petty, and you kind of you relate to it a lot, but it's really about connection at the end of the day, and where it kind of starts to where it ends, and it's funny how the catharsis of the beef itself leads to forgiveness in the end. As if anyone didn't think that it was going to go there, we fucking called it in the trailer. You know what I mean? But worth a watch. Worth a watch, even just for the performances. Like, Stephen Yen isn't doing anything fucking different in here. You know what I mean? I think people were just missing seeing him desperate from Walking Dead. You know what I mean? As Glenn, they wanted to see him a little bit fucking skin.
They did fuck around and find out with that show though. As soon as that left, like Rick left after that as well, and it just dropped. That was the last episode I watched.
I checked out
With Glenn or
seasons
Rick
before
leaving?
that. Yeah.
No, when Glenn gets it.
Yeah.
Did you
That
stay on for, because you didn't know at the end of that season? You didn't know.
Yeah.
It was the first season back. Did you watch that whole season as well?
Yeah. I think I watched the first half of that season.
Those
It's too much
mid-season
show.
breaks yeah, it is. Those mid-season breaks are a fucking killer.
16 episodes for a season? No, sorry,
Whoa.
mate. We're not doing that.
Fucking season 2 and the first half of season 4 were slogs, mate. All of season 2 and the walk to Terminus, horrible. I got old watching that shit.
Season 2 was still alright. Because the Bernthal was still in that one.
True.
That was the last season he was in.
Yeah.
all the memes coming out of that season.
Oh, man.
No.
That and the fucking when you thought your mate was drunk and left you at the bar and you see him come back and it's the you see him start running through that fucking field.
Oh fuck. But yeah, watch Beef. Watch it when you have time. I found myself in the last 2 episodes. I needed to know how it ended, and then when it ended, I was like, of course it ends that way. But it's tastefully done, and it's quite enjoyable. And you can watch it like 35 minutes. It's not that much of a fucking like a big old stamp.
Yeah. Might put this one on for B. She has mad road rage, so she'd appreciate the shit out of this.
Yeah. Make sure you spit on it first.
Jesus.
Yep.
Watch the show. Excuse me.
Please.
I have an illness. Succession.
Fuck. Succession was wild.
What a show.
And
So do you think this is the best episode of Succession that we've had?
um,
'Cause this is what they've been saying online. Is.
I don't think so either. I mean, I think it's the most emotional.
It was weird this episode. Yeah.
It was.
Because I was watching. I was. All right. Spoilers. 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 You've been warned. So as soon as they said that he died, I was like, nah.
No, he's gonna make it through.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. They're just doing chest compressions. He just had like one of those fits that he had in the last episode,
Yeah.
the 2 episodes ago. All right, and then I saw them reacting to it and how they didn't know how to. These O's is all sociopaths, dog.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
They had no empathy, no nothing. Not one of them besides Shiv cried. It's like they didn't know what to do. It's the first time they've actually felt something. It was so weird.
And them trying to process. But I think it's also the first time that they've tried to be strong for Logan.
Yeah.
Because Logan didn't need any of that shit. He's never needed it ever. He's like, he's probably happier pushing his kids to the side. You know what I mean? And let me do my business. I will like give you the money that you need.
Yeah.
That's what I think is my role.
Yeah. He was a provider at the end of it. Like, he did his job. He provided and then some for his kids.
That's right. It's just he sacrificed that for his kids and left that vacuum of, I need to now try and connect with you. And even when Logan tried, he couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He also didn't know how to. But it was, for me, we've been in that situation where we're talking to someone for the last time. And I related to them. This is probably the first time that I've related to them on a base human level where they're like, this is the last thing that I'm going to say to you. And I'm running out of time, but I can't think of anything else to say to you that would change the situation.
Yeah.
And then you got Kendall on the phone. I'm going to get my doctors in there. I want you to put me through to the pilot. The fuck is Kendall going to do? You know what I mean?
I don't understand what the pilot's going to do.
Exactly. But it's that desperation.
Ken, you can't talk to the pilot. He's flying the plane. What are we doing?
Just make sure you tell them to do it right. It's like, what? You wouldn't know what to do in that situation. It was interesting, Connor's reaction to it. Because Connor, and this is where it all kind of fell into place for me. All of them have been dying to get Logan's love.
Yeah.
But Connor was the only one that was all right with not getting it.
Yeah.
He was so used to it. And that cake played such a pivotal fucking role in the episode.
Fucking loony cake. That was disgusting, by the way.
That was. But it was the decadence on the outside, but hollow as fuck on the inside.
Yeah.
And he was just, that's him. At the end of the day, he's just like, I don't need it. We heard him in the last episode, the saddest shit I ever heard. That's my superpower. I don't need love to survive.
Yeah.
And it's like, these entitled fucks have lived on what they thought was love, which was Logan's money, and their entitlement to his business, which is fucking disgusting, by the way, because they couldn't make their own pile. Exactly like Logan said, go make your own pile. and seeing that now come into play, and Connor's like, it's happened. I mean, obviously we should cancel the wedding, right?
Yeah.
But he still goes through with it.
Still goes through with the
wedding. I was like that's the guy that's like, I'm gonna go for mine. I'm just gonna do it.
That's Logan.
Yeah, that's that mentality.
He's the most like, he's a bit airy, but he is the most like his dad. It was so weird because his first reaction was, he really does hate me.
Yeah.
Like that's like, he would do this on purpose.
Yeah.
On my wedding day, just to hate me.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild, man.
There was so many fucking layers in it,
Mm.
because now this is when the succession, that battle that we've been waiting for, all like it was them trying to overthrow Logan. It was them, like, working out different ways to fuck each other over,
Yeah.
and who's actually got like the better claim to that fucking Waystar throne.
And none of them is gonna get it.
Well,
It should just be what's his face, cousin Greg. It should be the disgusting
oh,
brothers that take over
fuck
Royce
it, no.
Waystar. Can you imagine?
Oh man, can you imagine all of the lawsuits that are just gonna pile up? When Tom tells him, got a few Gregs here. Why do you have Gregs? Why aren't I there? It's like, you're not liked at the moment. So we've got a few Greglets. Got some people doing some Gregging over here.
And it doesn't make me feel that great that you've turned my name and my likeness into a verb. You know that guy was here. He
Oh
was
yeah,
here last week.
shit,
They screened Succession in a fucking theater last week.
that's sick. Greg was here, or Tom?
Greg was here.
Fucking hell, that would have been so bad. Oh man. Coming out of that episode, I was like they really gave a lot of the power to Shiv immediately. They couldn't say a word. The boys, Kendall and Roman, couldn't say a fucking word.
Not a word.
And
They're used to being told what to do.
yeah,
That's what it is. Their dad would tell them what to do.
that's
Shiv
right.
would tell them what to do.
Yeah.
It's only what's his face. It's only
Ken?
Connor
Mm.
that does what he wants to do.
Yeah. And you seen who was the most loyal to Logan as well. Because Roman went into the plane. Kendall was too pussy. He hung
Hmm.
back. That to me just summed up Kendall. He'll watch from afar.
Yeah, and then Shiv was all business, right? It was like, no,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. Like, we gotta leave.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna go handle the press and all that. Man, I can't believe they did it this early in the season, to
Same.
be honest. Because I didn't know, but I thought he was gonna die. You know what I mean? I thought that's how they would bookend it. Him dying and not recovering from a heart attack on the last episode.
Hmm.
But it's like the meat of the show is now going to take place between those four, and I'm hoping, or I'm sensing that Stewie and Sandy are just going to take over Waystar. They're going to dissolve that company. He's got a bigger part to play because Ken is still like, he's in with Mattson.
Hmm.
He's doing a lot of Mattson's bidding behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I just see them getting fucked over yet again, and they should have been following their dreams from the start.
Mm-hmm.
That thing that they were setting up, what was it, the 100?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, they should have been following that, doing exactly what Logan was saying, making their own pile.
Yeah, but they wanted revenge, and like, it's just dumb, man. Instead of trying to build their own thing, again, they can't build their own thing. They can't make their own pile.
Hmm.
He was right.
It's true. They just didn't like hearing it. Man, Ted Lasso as well.
Yeah.
Another fire episode. These episodes are just too good, man, and they fly by.
I can't. Sometimes I'm like, that's not 50 minutes, Ted.
Same. Come on, Ted.
I know. Pull the other one, love.
Oh man, this one, like that losing streak just continues for Richmond. They just never recovered after that West Ham game.
Nah.
Fucking hell.
Because they relied too much on Zava.
Yeah, I just had
That's what's gonna
enough.
happen.
I had enough of that whole Zava shit.
Same.
Danny and the fucking the bullshit that he was pulling.
Yeah.
Like they lost belief in themselves.
Yeah.
I loved it when Ted ripped down that believe sign.
Same.
I was like, yes, you need to adjust that shit because that's the thing that's been hurting the club the whole way through.
Mm.
Like as soon as Nate ripped that sign, then they're like, oh, it can be broken. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That was the dent in the armor,
Mm-hmm.
the first dent. So seeing them actually kind of rise up after that, I like that Ted, his resolve wasn't like, him babying them. It was just that's the way that it is.
Mm.
Now we got to build ourselves back up. We got to get back up to the level that we once were.
That's it. That speech was masterful, though. Like he killed that at the end. Like you can actually see that Ted is a really good coach.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was a little worried about. Is that they didn't show him coaching.
Mm.
Now in the first season, he had his Tedisms and whatnot, and it was about bringing the team
Yeah.
like around to a more positive kind of outlook.
Mm.
And then they doubled down in season 2. It was fucking mad. And then this season they kept him away. He's
They
been
had him at
focusing
this.
more on himself.
Yeah, they had him at the start with the sewers and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then they started doing it really well, and then
As soon as Zava came in,
yeah,
then he kind of stepped away. It was like there was an alpha there.
Hmm.
That was just far out. The monkey thing killed me. Fucking hell. I am a poor little monkey that needs your help. Oh shit.
you got to keep your resolve and watch that poor little monkey get ripped apart by hyenas. Yeah,
I love Tread Crib.
same. Trent Grimm, now independent.
Oh shit. You know what the line was? I beg to differ, Claudia Schiffer.
That's what it was.
You think Rebecca's she can have babies or she can't? You think she's barren in there?
I think her being the age that she is, if she were to try to have a baby, she would die. I think adoption and all that sort of stuff is on the cards for her. Yeah.
Because they left it vague at the end of that episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't kind of say yes or no.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, whose sperm would she get? Would it be Sam's? Would it be Ted's?
Sam wouldn't do that, man, for her.
Like, would it be Ted's? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Ted, like, the whole thing about Ted's anxiety being that he's not there to actively parent his child. You know what I mean? And I hate this Jake fucker coming into the picture.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like, I know the wife was going to move on. And Ted's had his run-ins as well with the sassy Smurf.
Yeah.
And, like, I love that for Ted.
Mm.
But at the same time, like, she did it in a kind of way that was a bit too quick. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like a season? And it
Yeah,
wasn't even the
it's
full
the-
season.
It's the fact that it's the therapist for me.
It's kind of predatory on the therapist
Oh,
part.
100%.
Like he knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm. And he used that information to weasel himself in there.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. All right. And I got the chance to watch Super Mario Brothers. Little school holidays watching there. I will say that Super Mario Brothers is one of the top 3 movie experiences I've had this year.
That's
And
what
it
I'm
ain't
hearing.
number 3.
That's what I'm hearing.
And all these critics talking shit about, oh, the world doesn't make any sense. Why would there be floating boxes in the air? Motherfucker, we've been waiting 40 years for a Super Mario Brothers movie that is completely about the game, and it fucking delivered.
Where are
And,
we sitting?
and people
Let's
like
see.
the naysayers and whatnot about the like Chris Pratt are wrong. Chris Pratt fucking kills it.
Can you imagine a world where someone does that weird let's go for 90 minutes? Can you imagine it? You'd
Yeah,
blow your fucking head off.
badly.
You wouldn't
Would.
want to hear that. Why would you want to hear that?
It'd be fucking disgusting as well. Like Russell Crowe's doing it for 100 minutes into the process.
$434 million.
Yeah,
$34.5 million, I should say.
yeah. It's worth watching.
You gotta
And
heat up.
I sat basically on the floor of the cinema in a daybed looking up at the screen. Like this was the worst angle, even worse than IMAX, sitting up front of an IMAX. And I enjoyed the shit out of it. It's got everything in there. It's got fucking Super Mario Galaxy. It's got Mario Kart. It's got your normal Mario 64. It's got Donkey Kong, but also throwbacks to SNES Donkey Kong. Like the
I heard
whole
that-
Donkey Kong family is there.
I
Donkey
heard
Kong
the
Jr.?
demos-
Yeah,
Donkey
Baby
Kong
Kong's
Jr.
there.
Very
Baby
good.
Kong is there. Diddy Kong's there. Dixie Kong is there. And
Cranky.
voiced. Cranky is the leader of the Kongs.
Very good.
Yeah, played
I
by
heard
Fred
that-
Armisen.
Very good. I heard
Nice.
that they have beef from that first game with the barrels. You know, the very first Mario.
Ah,
game.
yeah. See, what I didn't see that in there,
Hmm.
but the O that voiced Mario from Mario 64, the It's a Me, he's in there and he plays the original ladder runner.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, so he's like the full old school Mario.
Classic.
It was such a good movie. They've even got Luigi's Mansion shit in there.
Do you reckon there's a possibility now that they can do the Mario and Sonic Olympics now?
That'd be fire, actually.
That would be fire.
Fuck, that'd
But
be cool.
It'd mean like a Paramount Universal collabo. Yeah. But that would be fucking cool if Sonic showed up.
It's one of the best rated fucking Wii games ever made. Mario and Sonic Olympics.
I think my nephew would have gone crazy if Sonic up, actually.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he would have. He would have. And that's the thing. Brody loved it, but I think I loved it more than Brody. Like, I just came out of that movie like it was fucking good.
And
It was so fucking
the
good.
carts. How was the carts, my friend?
The carts is mad.
You know, that's my favorite part of the Mario's.
I think because they just roll in carts.
Mm.
Know what I mean? They kind of go there and then there's a bit of a chase and whatnot. But there's so much, but they just don't have it in there that long. But it's still fire. Know what I mean? Jack Black kills it.
As Bowser.
Yeah, I was a little bit because he wasn't doing like the gruff Bowser voice. He doesn't sound like Jack Black. But Jack Black fucking like he did his job.
Mm.
And they actually gave motivation. This was a cool thing about the movie. They gave the characters motivation to actually do the shit that they're doing.
Mm.
So Bowser wasn't just I'm just evil Bowser. Like it was steps to his plan and how he kind of wanted his life to kind of go. It was just such a well done movie. The pacing is on point. Like this thing is 90 minutes and it's legit 3 set pieces. The animation style as well, like they choose to really showcase the Super Mario running and kind of platforming and stuff really well. And I don't know, I was just on a Beastie Boys trip, but they play No Sleep Till Brooklyn at the start of that fucking movie when Mario's doing the running because Luigi's carrying all the bags and shit. So Mario's doing all the platforming and stuff to open doors and kind of like give him like ladders and stuff. It's stairs and shit. It's fucking mad.
How was
Go on.
How was Old Mate as Luigi Charlie Day?
He fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie, because normally Charlie Day really tires me out. That's
Yeah.
why, like, with this Fool's Paradise trailer, I was really glad that he's not talking. Because sometimes his energy can be so tiring. Like I found that in Pacific Rim, but in this, because he's so limited and it's more reactionary, it actually worked. But it just encapsulated that Mario universe so well that I didn't care sometimes when they went off the beaten path. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And they created stuff of their own, but that was so limited as well. Like it wasn't like they were just creating whole swaths of shit that we just didn't know about. Everything was rooted in the Mario universe.
Hmm. When you think about it, that's what they've been doing with Mario games for years now. They go out of the box every time. Galaxy, Sunshine. You're playing with fucking paint in that game, man.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. It
What's his
just
face?
worked.
I
They even
saw-
show Baby Mario.
Nice.
That's baby. Was Yoshi in there?
There were Yoshis, but not Yoshi.
Mm,
Might have to wait until the end credits there.
that comes later.
What about
I
Paper
saw the-
Mario?
Yeah, is Paper
Yeah.
Mario in there?
I didn't see Paper Mario in there.
It's probably on the wall somewhere. He's probably in there. I heard some dumb bitch do a full review. Obviously, hadn't ever played a fucking Mario game in her life, and she was like, "Why does Mario wear the fox costume? Like, what's going on there? I can understand it's probably exciting for furries, but I just don't think that should have been in there. Like
Fucking
every
kidding me?
single game, he's got that costume, mate.
The power-ups were so fucking mad. Because they address...
The cat.
Yeah, they do
all
the
that.
cat, they do the fox, they do the flying O, they do the enlarging, the do.
Do they?
Pause. Yeah.
So he actually gets bigger with the mushroom?
Yeah. Because he's short, you know what I mean? So as soon
Yeah.
as he takes the mushroom, he's everyone else's height. It's fucking mad. And they do the shrinking.
Oh.
Yeah. But like when they shrink even smaller, you know, when the lightning bolt hits?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that, but like
Fuck.
it's with the mushroom.
What do you call it? How's about the invincibility style with the dun 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 dun?
They use that once. And it's right at the end of the movie, but fuck, it was good. And all the animations themselves, like we've seen it all the way back in Super Mario 64.
Nice.
They copy that exact style. And I don't think a lot of people are getting that. All these critics that are sort of coming at it from I watch movies, look at like, you know, my goatee and shit. I don't think they've ever played these games. So I don't think they've ever played these games. I don't think David and Margaret would know what the fuck a Super Mario is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just fucking losers. Control, fuck.
But this, as well as kids, this movie wasn't made just for them. Like it's made for us.
Yeah.
We've been
It's the
playing these games
gamers.
for 40 years, mate.
Yeah. And it made me feel like picking up a controller and playing Super Mario.
Can only imagine what it's done for sales, eh?
Yeah. Can you imagine what it's going to do for the speedrunning community?
Oh man.
Now, how many people are going to start speedrunning Super Mario 64 now?
Between this and Tetris, like the movie, I'm keen to just start gaming those old platforms.
ROG Ally, dog. Emulation is all the way.
That is correct.
I'm there.
I'm breasted.
I'm hoping that these O's pull the other finger out and make a Zelda game now.
Ooh. Zelda movie.
Yeah, Zelda movie, Zelda game.
Zelda is great because like they can literally make up their own story. You just need to
Yeah.
have Zelda and Link in it. That's it.
Yeah.
But you just make up completely just make it up.
Yeah. But now with all those different ones through the years, they could go through all of them if they wanted to.
They could have a multiverse for Links.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
But
so
I don't-
cool.
I don't get like what would you want though? Do you want the animation or do you want a live action? I think Link needs to be action.
I think some of that
Oh.
imagery for Legend of Zelda would look sick in live action.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
It really, really would. But at the same time, if they're going tonally like more sort of cartoonish, I wouldn't mind a sort of an animated one.
Mm.
But again, that doesn't really suit Link all the time. You know what I mean? Like his adventures aren't always cheery.
Well, it constantly changes, right?
Mm.
So it constantly changes. Like Wind Waker is like, it's very colorful. It's very what's his face,
Yeah.
more kid like.
Yeah.
And then you have something like bloody what's his face, Majora's Mask, where it's like the constant impending doom of that bloody moon
Mm.
coming down to just destroy everyone.
Yeah, true. Even like between young Link and adult Link in Ocarina, young Link, it's colorful. Adult Link, you come out of the Temple of Time and it's just barren.
Yeah.
The Ring of
Yeah.
Fire around Death Mountain and everything.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I think a Netflix show would be mad
Fucking
if they
hell.
did it like that. But they did it proper.
Yeah.
They're not bullshit. Like I don't want The Witcher. I want proper.
Mm.
I want Zelda.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. All in all, this year it might just be right now, John Wick 4 and then Super Mario.
What's
I
your
came out
what's your third?
smiling. I'm waiting until Monday.
Yeah, actually. Shit, it
Waiting
is
until
Monday.
Monday. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can't wait for it to come out. Getting that for show.
4K?
Yeah. Champion. All
Fat.
right. That is a wrap on all the news and reviews that we have for you for now. But we're back on Sunday.
Mm.
We're talking Yellow Jackets. What else is coming out? Is anything
I
else
think
out?
that's it.
That's really it, eh?
Yeah.
Yellow
Just
Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
Demon Slayer season 3 for me every Monday.
Oh, nice. Before we get into next week's fucking Citadel.
Yes, Citadel. Do you think they released the whole season?
Nah. They're gonna
You
drip
reckon it's
feed
going to be
you.
week to week?
Yeah, they want you on that platform for
Yeah, I
sure. That's why I'm saying they get one. It's like 6 episodes. But yeah, follow us on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe. Every time you subscribe, you get us into another place, more access. We love it because we can bring it back to you. And yeah, love yourself, love movies.
Vape